All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here at Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. We're at Grand National Series in Michigan.
They just crossed the start-finish line to complete lap 1.
Yep, had a little bit of delays going for the updates here for iRacing, but we are now live and we are having an awesome broadcast. Kevin Dick is your leader, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and well, let me get my timing screen up.
TBB's running second. Austin Collins in third place. Actually, that just flipped spots. Jarrett Rogers is running fourth. Zach Wetstein fifth. David Wright sixth. Richard Springer seventh. JW Miller eighth. JP running ninth. And King Cott's running 10th.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we are currently at Michigan. We'll be running 88 laps here tonight. Our next broadcast will be at Iowa for this Grand National Series. And our next broadcast will be at Texas for our Truck Series tomorrow night. The current track temperature is 115 degrees out there. 78 air temp, 2-mile-an-hour winds out of the northeast. Partly cloudy. Kevin Dick doing a really good job out there. He's already got like 0.3 of a second lead. Battle still continues between Austin Collins and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. It looks like Austin Collins is going to continue to maintain. How about old Zach Wetstein up in the 5th position there?
Looking to the inside of Jarrett Rogers.
He slams the door on him. And I do have Rogers in the 97 cars, so.
Yeah, Rogers is correctly in the 97 this week.
Oh, there's something going on back here in the back. Let's see what's going on with the 44.
Emmenizer and Lemon all battling for a position.
You got Eric Wolf back here in this battle as well.
Wow, there's a lot of cars back here around Wolf and Cowgill.
It looks like your boy Harmon is trying to make his way through. Thought about making it 3 wide there.
Yeah, Michigan's a very multi-groove racetrack. You can pretty easily go 3 wide here. Especially on the fresher tires that they all have right now.
We got Mike Lemon and Ted Emmenizer and Brent Kingcock doing battle up here in front of this mess. See a lot of different paints out here this evening as well. So we jump back up front. Kevin Dick got him a really nice lead. He's a full second over Jarrett Rogers. Jarrett Rogers has made his way around Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Austin Collins. Zach Wetstein's moved his way up into the 4th position as well. A lot of this is going to be coming down to who you can work with the draft. You got a lot of pushing issues if you're that second car or even the third car in a draft. You might end up slamming that outside wall coming off due to the aero push that you receive by these cars. Back here, the battle still continues as we got Scott Caskill trying everything he can to get around Dustin Musial. Harmon's still all over the back end of Scott Caskill. Now he's going to make it 3 wide.
And that right there was what I was talking about, Al. It's fairly easy to go 3 wide at this track. It's a very, very wide track. Lots of grip on fresh tires. Very, very, very manageable.
Lap 10 in. Everything seems to be clean and green. Now last year we were talking before the race. We didn't even make it across the start-finish line before we saw our first yellow.
No, we did not.
It looks like Zach Wetstein trying to make a move on the inside of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's looking to try to take over that 3rd spot. He's down and up underneath him. Got David Wright back here with Richard Springer as well. Rogers able to close the gap a little on Kevin Dick. He is still continuing to close that gap. Richard Springer got a heck of a run there. He makes his way around David Wright. Something happened to Wetstein. Was not able to make that pass and actually ends up falling in behind Richard Springer and David Wright.
And while this is going on, Kevin Dick and Jarrett Rogers have basically checked out from the rest of the field.
Still looking at this battle back here in the back as Thomas Harmon is making his way up through the field. He is now currently at 11th position and has got his sights on the back end of J.W. Miller to take over the 9th position. And he makes that move and makes it work.
Harmon's coming. He's coming for the front.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Harmon did start from almost dead last. Did he not?
22. We had 23 cars basically start the race. He'd started dead last, but Steven Sims missed the grid. So I guess unofficially, Sims started 23rd.
Correct. J.W. Miller to the inside of Eric Wolf. Zach Wetstein continuing to fall backwards. They're doing an awesome job out here.
Yeah, it just looks like Wetstein's somewhere he doesn't want to be. He's not comfortable running that low line. He wants to get up, on the higher line. Harmon moved around him as well.
'41 of Richard Lucky. Richard Lucky pretty fast in our practice. He is slowly making his way up through this field. He's currently riding in behind Brent Kingcott. That's a 78 of Dakota Wilkins looking to the inside of Patrick Cowgill. There goes Lucky to the inside of Brent Kingcott, looking to try to take over that 11th position. Not quite able to pull it off. Dakota Wilkins trying to do the same. Get around Cowgill. Wow, Dakota got a heck of a run right there. He's going to make his way to battle up there with Brent Kingcott as well, as Lucky does make the pass clean. Taylor Butcher Benjamin falling backwards. Thomas Harmon moving forward.
Yeah, I've been watching Harmon and Lemon move forward, and Harmon's moved up to the 7th spot. Check that. He's going around Lemon now. We'll move into the 6th spot.
Got his sights set on the back end of Eric Wolf, who is also making his way to the front as well, as he is currently running in our 5th position. Lemon looking to the inside of Harmon. Harmon going to shut the door on him.
Yeah, I was just thinking this is a classic crossover track. This is a track that's real easy to do a crossover on somebody. If they come under you, it's real easy to go back underneath them.
I thought Wright and Wolf was getting ready to make some contact right there. Wolf actually finally clears David Wright. Harmon gets a heck of a run. He's going to pass both of them in one fell swoop. Crossover move by David Wright. Oh, don't do that.
That's going to move Harmon up inside our top 5 already.
I almost had some contact there between Harmon and Wolf.
Now, since Dick and Rogers both have about a 2-second lead over Springer, and Springer's the next car ahead of Harmon, let's see how much Harmon can close on the leaders here.
But they pretty well spaced out between Richard Springer and Jarrett Rogers and Thomas Harmon. There's almost, if I'm not mistaken, let me take a quick look at. There's almost a second gap in between these gentlemen. 1 second between Harmon and Richard Springer, and Richard Springer is 1.9 seconds back off of Rogers.
Yeah, Harmon just gained 0.2 on Springer that lap.
Battle still continues back here. We got J.W. Miller. He's now all over the back end of David Wright. Wright trying to think about doing... Ooh, he's almost got into the back end of Lemon right there. The closing rate on these cars are really quick. You got to watch it because
we just had a pass for the lead. Rogers moved ahead of Dick.
Oh, and we missed it. Let's see if we can't rewind it a little bit. See if we can't get that pass. He's just going to dive up underneath him here. He's going to make it clean. Rogers is doing an awesome job here with Dick tonight. These two gentlemen know this track. And there's your pass. Wonder if the tires are starting to wear out for Mr. Dick there. As we are 21 laps into this run. Usually about 35, 40, you're going to be screaming that you want some tires.
Well, if I know how this season has went, I wouldn't count on Eric Wolf to stop until about lap 45, 46 and make this a one-stop race.
And we got some connection issues with J.W. Miller. He's blinked out a couple times that last lap. Let's see what we got going on. How about old Steven Sims? Steven Sims is pretty fast, but he is all the way back in the
22nd spot.
Wonder if he's just sitting back riding.
Well, like I said, he missed the grid, so he missed the start. Had to start tail end of the field. He has since passed JP, and he looks to be coming around Cody Gatsky right now. He's pretty much held. I've taken a look every now and then. He's pretty much held consistent at 13.7, 13.8 seconds off the lead, and hasn't lost any of that. So basically, people are coming back to him, and he's getting around them.
Yeah, that's the thing about saving tires here at Michigan. It will come back in your favor.
Harmon comes around Springer to move into the 3rd spot.
Yeah. And this battle still continues back here with these 5 cars. How about old Taylor Butcher Benjamin back here? He is still currently doing battle with Zach Wetstein. And this is for 11th position. Richard Lucky doing an awesome job here tonight as well. He's made his way up into the 8th position. So we jump back up towards the front. Kevin Dick's not allowing Rogers to actually pull away that much. I mean, Rogers will get out 4/10 in front of him, but then Dick will reel him back in. Dakota Wilkins into 78.
And just looking at Harmon gained 2/10 on the onto the lead of that lap.
Wright just hit the wall right in front of Dakota Wilkins. Smashed the whole front end of his car on the side there. We'll go back and we'll take a quick look at that. And he's going to break loose.
No, he just ran it a little too high entering turn 1.
I think he got back on the gas just a little too early and wasn't expecting to push. I don't see the accident yet. I may have went back too far. Let's see.
Oh, we've got Dakota Wilkins off of turn 2 into the wall and into the inside wall.
Let's see if we can't rewind that. That's pretty much what Wright did as well. I think there was a little bit of aero push there, and he tapped the back end of Wright. Not what he wanted to have happen here.
He did a really nice job of saving it, though.
Doesn't appear to have, I mean, he's got some damage, but it doesn't appear to be that much, so he may be all right. Of course, with that black being bent in like that, it's kind of hard to tell. I can see the tires sticking out, though. May be able to get that fixed with a pit stop. And Kevin Dick has closed that gap once again. He is now within 1/10 of a second behind Rogers as we work lap 28. We are clean and green, ladies and gentlemen, here at Dynasty's Racing League's Grand National Series at Michigan. Your leader is Jarrett Rogers, followed by Kevin Dick, Thomas Harmon, Richard Springer, Eric Wolf rounds out the top 5. Richard Lucky, Mike Lemon, J.W. Miller, Matt Burgess. Way to go, Mr. Burgess, making it into the top 10. David Wright rounding out that top 10. David Wright coming down pit road. Taylor Butcher Benjamin coming down pit road. Looks like green flag pit stops are a little early here tonight on lap 29. I'm not sure if I agree with making this short pit here tonight. Austin Collins is coming in as well.
My guess is the strategy here is to stop around 30 and stop around 60 and make it a 2-stop race.
Yeah, unless you're Eric Wolf.
Unless you're Eric Wolf, and I'm telling you, Eric Wolf is going to go 45, 46 laps before he stops. And he'll make this a 1-stop race, and he'll run away with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I think that I like that call better. Trying to make it a 1-stop race. If you can get 42 laps in on a run, you can make this race a 1-stop race. So 12 laps short pitting. I don't know if I like that call.
It's an 88 lap race, so 44. You're going to have to do at least 44. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuel mileage is on these cars. I don't know if you can do 44, but if you can, I promise you, Eric Wolf will.
Well, you know, he's running that. He's not running a garden hose. He's running one of them radiator hoses for a fuel line, right?
Well,
Eric Wolf.
Eric Wolf's on pit road.
Yep, and Springer as well. So much for trying to make it a one-stop race.
Like I said, I don't know what the mileage is on these cars, and Wolf slid through his pit box and has to back
up
into his spot.
Well,
he's back and forth and back and forth. He's really in bad shape on his stop.
Let's see if we can't rewind that, see how bad it actually was for him. Oh, wow, he even hit the wall. He's going to even brush the wall trying to get back into his spot. Oh, he spun it a little bit. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And it looks like Harmon's on pit road.
Richard Lucky as well. So that's going to leave Kevin Dick still out front. As he did make it back around Jarrett Rogers. I was looking at that. And it looks like these gentlemen hadn't realized it's quite time to go to the pits, as Rogers is trying to retake the lead to get up underneath Mr. Dick. As we're working lap 32 of this 88 run. Pandolf down pit road as well. J.W. Miller coming down. Matt Burgess coming down. Thomas Harmon back out on the track.
This is where it can get a little bit dicey. Half the car's on fresh rubber, the other half not. Now, like you were saying with the closing distance, this changes everything. The closing distance or the closing speed rather, is so much more now with fresher tires.
And you can't. Oh, there they come. Here comes the leaders. Both of them down pit road. Oh, wow. Both of them like to messed up right there. I thought Rogers was going to clip the cone there, and I thought Dick was going to hit the curb. So that turns it over to Mike Lemon to lead this race. He is still yet to pit. Lap 34. Steven Sims makes his way up in the second spot. But he is, of course, 8 seconds back off of our leader. Wetstein getting his lap back the easy way, driving around the leader as he's already made his pit stop.
Now, is Sims maybe going to take a fuel gamble if it's possible?
He don't really have anything to lose at this point. I mean, he only has to do 9 laps more. If he can make 9 more laps, he can make it a one-stop race. And that is Steven Sims we're looking at in second place. He is 8 seconds back off of our leader. Kevin Dick spent almost a full minute on pit road. Wonder why. Did he end up taking damage?
I do not know why.
He had a 54-second pit stop. Let's see what it says here on our... He did. He had a 54.3 pit stop. Wow, that's going to put him a full lap down. Wow. Mike Lemon's still our leader. He's working lap 37 now. Getting ready to...
I do not see any damage on Dick's car.
He may have had to have a restroom break.
Very possible.
Well, he was our pole sitter, was he not? Kevin Dick was our pole sitter.
Kevin Dick was, yes, our pole
Okay.
sitter.
And here comes the faster cars with fresher tires trying to make their way around Mike Lemon. 4 cars have yet to pit. That's Mike Lemon, Steven Sims, Ted Emmenizer, and Cody Gatsky. Those 4 drivers are still out there trying to look like they're going to try to make it a one-stop race.
Well, Sims is close to just a fraction over 7 seconds behind Mike Lemon, so he's actually slowly gaining on him, too.
Yeah, he's gaining on him for sure. Well, he just gained 0.3 of a second right there. Ted Emmenizer and Cody Gatsky are now coming down pit road. So they're going to draw short of making it a one-stop race. Mike Lemon and Steven Sims still need to make 6 laps in order to make it a one-stop race. Can you save that much? I'm wondering.
I'm thinking if Sims can get 5 more laps out of it, he's going to get there, but that's saving a lot of fuel. That's clutching it in the corners and
Cutting it off.
He's going to be able to save. Yeah, maybe that's hard to do.
I got mine set up to where I can cut it off and then pop it back on, but a lot of drivers don't.
He's cut it to 6.5, so he's not. I don't think he's unless Lemon's doing the same.
It's probably possible that Lemon's just clutching it and riding. Let's see if we can't get in car with him and find out. It looks like he's just being smooth. He's backing off pretty early.
Yeah, I think Lemon might be clutching it.
He's not clutching it, but he's definitely backing off early. Yeah, he's backing it off pretty early. He's not clutching, but he is definitely backing off early. So let's see what's going on with Mr. Sims.
Sounded like a lot of the same to me.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to save fuel as well. They're not giving in. They're not stumping it.
If I had to guess, I'd say Lemon's trying to save a lot more than Sims is because Sims is gaining on him. Let's look at how fast Harmon's gaining on Sims here.
Kevin Dick just made his way around Harmon. Sims has cut that lead down to almost 3 seconds. I mean, he's coming on the back end. 42 laps they are out on there. They only need to make 2 more laps, and they can make it to the end. And that's going to be something if both of these drivers can get together and come down and exit pit road at the same time. They can draft each other and possibly walk away with this race.
So they may be coming next time by. Either that or they go one more green flag lap to get to 44 on green and then pit just before 45.
Well, Sims is definitely cutting that gap down. He's got it down to 1.3. If he can get up underneath 1 second before they get down pit road, they got a really good chance at drafting when they come out of these pits.
And it appears Lemon's not coming yet.
And
so
neither did Sims.
Time by.
Looks like Sims is going to try to give him a lap led.
He didn't get there that time, but he will cross the. Well, no, Harmon will beat him around if he hits the pits. Excuse me.
I think Steven Sims decided to heck with saving gas. He's going to try to push it to the limit, get that lap led, and then come down maybe on lap 45.
He might be coming this time. Yeah, Sims is coming this time. He just radioed that he's stopping. So he will not get the lead this lap as Lemon comes, but Harmon's going to pass them both before the start-finish line.
How about the man that started dead last almost, and he's now leading this race? Got a 2-second lead over Rogers and Lucky at this point. And Kevin Dick, if I'm not mistaken, he is still a lap down. No, he's on the tail end of the lead lap.
Yeah, he's about to be lapped. He's 45 seconds off the lead.
Now, what you don't want to have happen is your strategy to be blown all to pieces by a driver wrecking and bringing out a yellow. We have been caution-free here, ladies and gentlemen. So, awesome job so far.
Yeah, you're correct. That's the only way this strategy of Sims and
Lemon
work out is if we stay caution-free.
Well, Lemon's trying to tuck in behind Harmon right now. There's 14 lap tire difference between these two gentlemen. And Mike Lemon maybe end up passing him here.
Yeah, that puts Lemon, the first car, a lap down at this point then.
Steven Sims is not a lap down. He actually made it out in front of our leader. So if something was to happen, Steven Sims would not need a lucky dog to get around him. He is actually coming up through the field. Currently running in our 16th position. I'm wondering if Mike Lemon is still thinking that he's needing to save fuel. They're both gonna have to save fuel if they want to do it again, correct?
It depends on where they were on fuel when they stopped and how much and for how long they were saving. I would say if they run the race the same way they ran it the first half, then they're fine.
Harmon is your leader, followed by Jarrett Rogers, Richard Lucky, J.W. Miller, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin rounding out our top 5. David Wright, Eric Wolf, Jordan Berry. Way to go, Jordan, making it up into the top 10 here tonight. Dakota Wilkins and Brent Kingcott rounds out our top 10. Looks like Mike Lemon is still looking to try to get back on the lead lap. As it looked like he was thinking about getting around Harmon right there. But if I was Mr. Lemon, I would just sit right there and draft. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. See, I want my lap back. That puts him in a great position in case we do end up having a yellow, late race yellow. Which is possible. I mean, you got drivers who continue to slam the outside wall every once in a while.
As Cowgill is sliding all over the place on the backstretch.
There it is.
Probably bring out a caution. There it is.
Just as I was mentioning, there goes your race strategy. You know those two are quite upset with what just happened here. All right, we're on board with Cowgill. He's going to break loose and slam the outside wall right in front of Sims. locks it down twice. Almost saves it, but he gets sideways twice in front of Kevin Dick, and that will bring out the yellow.
Yeah, he looked like he had it saved, and then he gave it a ton of gas. Lowered the gears, gave it a ton of gas, and it just took off on him.
Well, as race continues, the drivers are going to be lining up right here behind the pace car. Harmon doing an excellent job here tonight. Started this race 22nd. Is currently leading it. And you got Rogers and Lucky. Richard Lucky started back in the back as well.
I don't know about you, Dave, but I missed the Porsche pace car we had last week.
I don't know. I'm being facetious. Richard Lucky started 20th, so yeah. These gentlemen are doing a great job here tonight, starting from the back, coming to the front. Every driver down pit road for the most part, except for the ones that are still a lap down. Now, if you're one of the cars that are a lap down, do you stay out or do you come? Come on.
For me, I think I stay out. I want that lap back. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with Springer. Springer's one of the ones that is towards the end of this field even. I think he's the next to last car on the lead lap. No?
He did not stop. He come all the way around.
Oh, Springer is...
The lucky dog.
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks like everybody is coming down pit road. I mean, you got the 44. He looks like he is staying out. Let's see. We got Cowgill, Burgess, Gatsky, and Tim Immunizer, and Pandolf. These gentlemen are in front of our leaders. Here comes Cowgill down pit road. But I think Burgess is going to stay out and try to get his lap back along with the 27.
Yeah, it looks like everybody else is. Cowgill's the only one coming down. And he's got a little bit of damage that he's probably going to want to get fixed. So that makes him...
All right, these gentlemen are trying to get their wave around, and they're going to do so. Immunizer's going to go as well. JP's going to go. So that's going to put 4 more cars back on the lead lap. The only one that didn't get back on the lead lap is Patrick Cowgill. I don't know if I don't know if I agree with that with Mr. Cowgill. I think I would have stayed out as well. I mean, I would have been back there with them other drivers as this race closes down with 33 laps to go or 34 laps to go. We could get some really major racing going on and possibly bring out another yellow and put yourself back in a really good position to come back with at least a decent finish, if not a win. As the lights are out on the pace car, and we are set to go back green flag racing on lap 54 of this 88 lap race.
And this will get interesting because Sims is sitting P9 right now, so he's got a shot at that front.
And he no longer has to save and worry about gas. Pace car's in. And Harmon's away. Green's out.
Great jump by Harmon.
And look at old Mr. Lucky pushing the boundaries there. Trying to get up underneath Rogers. And he's got J.W. Miller right there with him. JW looking to the inside of Lucky. See Steven Sims making his way through this. Kevin Dick getting back into this. Going to be stuck right there with Steven Sims. Mike Lemon in that group as well. A lot of racing going on up here in this pack. Someone's got a slight connection issue as we see some smoke every once in a while. Oh, Steven Sims put a move right there. Pushed the 18 of Scott Caskill almost into the wall right there. Battle still battling back here with Kevin Dick. Wow. Some awesome racing going on. That is J.W. Miller that continues to blink out every once in a while. Taylor Butcher Benjamin making his way around the 31 of Jordan Berry. Or trying to anyway. Steven Sims going to try to make it work on the outside around Taylor Butcher Benjamin. You know, we haven't really talked much about Eric Wolf here tonight. But he is still holding his own. He's in this pack right here that's doing a lot of racing. He is currently in our 12th position. But he is doing an awesome job here tonight as well. As we jump back up towards the front, it looks like Jarrett Rogers is trying to get around our leader, Thomas Harmon. And there he goes once more to try to make that inside line work. At the line, it will be Rogers over Harmon.
I think he'll get it here inside 1 and 2 as well.
You got to watch out for that crossover. Now this gap is fairly closed back up. I mean, the cars were a little bit separated, but now they got another 7 laps on their tires. Everybody's got back up. This is a recipe for bringing out a yellow if you continue to be aggressive. And there goes again. Eric Wolf makes his way around Gaskill. Oh no, Steven Sims is starting to experience some technical difficulties as well now. You know, he did drop out last week for almost 2 laps, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't actually lose anything, but man, we thought he was gone for a while. Moved by Lucky to the inside of J.W. Miller. Not quite got him cleared just yet. Steven Sims made his way up into the 6th position. Some awesome racing up front here. Lemon working the inside of Collins. Kevin Dick doing the same thing, trying to work the inside of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Sims to the inside of the 31 of Berry. Both of these drivers are going to make that pass. Dick is going to continue to try to make it past Jordan Berry. Outside, Richard Luckey's going to make that move on the outside and make it work to get around J.W. Miller. Steven Sims looking to try to make the move to the inside. Gets the door shut on him by J.W. Miller. Change for the lead as Harmon making his way up underneath Jarrett Rogers.
And looks like Cowgill's taking his car to the garage. He's done for the evening.
Oh, wow. There was some slipping and sliding right there amongst these cars. J.W. Miller with some really bad connection problems. Steven Sims trying to figure out a way to get around him safely. Once again, Harmon's trying to do the crossover move to get around Rogers. He does make it work. Richard Luckey not giving up. He's hanging right there with these gentlemen, looking to try to make it work. Try to get up here and battle it out for the lead.
Yeah, we have some dynamite racing here in the top 5, don't we?
We do. I mean, you can't even count the Kevin Dick show back here with Jordan Berry. I mean, it's pretty intense too. Of course, now you got Eric Wolf and Taylor. Oh, wow. 4 wide. Not sure what happened to Mr. Dick there as I look down. But we will rewind that and see if we can't get a view of what happened right there. Just to clarify. Dick is up underneath the 31 of Jordan Berry. I think he's going to get a little bit of contact by Eric Wolf here. You're going to see that closing rate probably come into effect here. Here comes Eric Wolf. Tries to make it 3 wide. That's what happens. Oh, wow. Nice save. Nice save, Mr. Dick. What do you think about them apples there, bud?
I've been watching this battle up front, especially between 4th and 5th. J.W. Miller and Steven Sims, they keep swapping positions, crossing over and swapping positions. It's some really good racing.
And it looks like J.W. Miller's connection has actually settled down a little bit as they go at it once again. Sims to the inside. Kevin Dick, again, making his way back up through this field after that contact. He's not going to be too happy with Eric Wolf over that slight contact.
And we're actually inside of 20 laps to go already.
So it's time to go or go home now. I mean, you got what you got. Eric Wolf, again, trying to make his way up to this top 5. He's just on the outside in the 6th position. He's got Mike Lemon with him. And then we got this battle up front with Harmon and Jarrett Rogers. Rogers all over the back end of Harmon. Emmenizer down pit road. I'm wondering if this shouldn't be a scheduled pit stop. He did get his wave around, though, so it may be a scheduled pit stop for him.
Yeah, he may be getting low on fuel because he's one of the drivers that took the wave around.
How about Rogers to retake the lead over Harmon? Not a bad job. Immunizer coming back out on the track. Steven Sims finally makes it around J.W. Miller. Still experiencing some connection issues though. Both of these drivers are. Cody Gatsky, one of the other drivers that took the wave around down pit road. The connection seems to bounce back and forth between Sims and Miller. We jump back up front though with Jarrett Rogers, Thomas Harmon, and Richard Lucky. Harmon making the move to the outside this time. Man, he shot by him like he was backing up. He's got Richard Lucky there with the draft. Lucky giving just enough room to allow Rogers to get in that hole. 18 laps to go. It's going to turn out to be probably a photo finish. What do you think, Fasanal?
I was going to say yes, and J.W. Moore just sideswiped Sims and shot him up into the wall as Eric Wolf comes by him.
See if we can't get another look at that. Yep. Wow. And it does quite a bit of right side damage to his car as well. So Steven Sims continuing to fall back here after that contact. He drops all the way back from running into 5th position to 8th. Harmon continuing to lead this race as he gets back around Rogers there. Eric Wolf with that mistake with J.W. Miller, and Steven Sims is able to come into the top 5 here tonight. Pandolf coming down for his last stop for gas. It's going to be an exciting finish here. Austin Collins down pit road. You got to wonder about that. Was he one of the cars that stayed out?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was either. That's why I was wondering why he's coming down pit road in this late stage of the race. He is grabbing a full pit stop. 4 tires and fuel. He's continuing. So there's got to be something wrong. He's at 19, 20 seconds now. So something amiss with Mr. Collins there.
And Wolf goes around J.W. Moore.
We jump back. We're still looking at Sims. Sims fell to 9th. Looking to get overtaken here by Wetstein and David Wright. Sims has actually got damage on both fenders. He's got damage, real hard damage from the wall on his left side, but if I'm not mistaken, he's got some right side damage as well as Wetstein goes up underneath him. Sims not going to give it up that easy, even with the damage. Don't blame him there.
Yeah, there's right rear damage on J.W. Miller's car where he hit Sims.
So we get back up front. battle continues between Harmon and Rogers and Lucky. I think Lucky's just sitting there waiting for a mistake, something to happen between these two drivers. He's just sitting there waiting patiently. That's the thing about them Lucky brothers, man. They got a lot of patience. To the inside, makes the pass really clean. Move Lucky up into the second position. Now, if these two gentlemen can work together, they'll be able to gap there with Harmon. Maybe stand a shot for Mr. Lucky to pull out another win. He said he didn't have much experience here at this track. Oh, wow, he got loose right in front of Rogers. Rogers going to back out just a little bit. Now that 8-car of Immunizer is not on the lead lap. He has got fresh tires and he's looking to try to get back around these leaders. He's got a lot fresher tires. Rogers is going to try to get up underneath Lucky. Maybe use the 8 with some drafting help to get around Lucky. This is where you just let the 8-car go if you're the leader. You don't want to... Oh, what happened to Harmon? Oh, there he goes. Don't want to have an accident as the lap car is trying to get around him. And Harmon just lets him go. Going to try to use the draft to pull out a little bit further in front of Lucky.
And slowly, fourth position, Eric Wolf is cutting into their lead and gaining on the front group.
Well, as long as they continue to battle. Oh, wow. Rogers hit the wall.
Into the wall.
He hit hard. See if we can't take another look at that. At least it looked like he hit pretty hard from my view. Oh, he backs out of it. He just brushes it, but still. That's going to cost him.
That brought Wolf right up to his tail.
Yes, it did. Eric Wolf's going to be making this move to get around him. Right there he goes, up underneath him. So the guy that led a lot of laps here tonight is going to be lucky if he can finish just inside of the top 5. Due to a late race contact with the wall. Now the question is, when does Lucky make his move to try to get around Harmon? Can he make a move to get around Harmon? I do not have an updated points standings for you, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm quite sorry about that. I was at the hospital all night and didn't get home until late and didn't have time to update everything. That was the reason why our broadcast was delayed. Gaskill down the pit road. Got to be thinking that he's probably going to be done for the night. Six laps remaining in this race. The battle is between Harmon and Lucky, but you can't ever count out Eric Wolf. Eric Wolf is not that far behind. He's within striking distance. And as I sit here and watch, we'll keep an eye to see if he's actually gaining on these two gentlemen. Right now he's at 1.4 seconds off the back end of Lucky. And he seems to be maintaining that 1.4.
Yeah, he didn't gain any that lap.
Lucky doing everything he can to stalk his prey of Harmon. Wolf not gaining. In fact, he's actually losing time to our leader. He lost 0.2 of a second that lap.
Yeah, with 4 laps to go, he might have used up his stuff just to get where he is now.
Still not a bad job from Mr. Wolf. Going to probably pull home a top 3. Rogers still hanging in there. Of course, now you got J.W. Miller. He is within striking distance to try to take away maybe that 4th spot away from Jarrett Rogers.
As we run right now, our top 3 started 22nd, Thomas Harmon, 20th, Richard Lucky, and 23rd, Eric Wolf.
So you don't have to start on the pole to win this thing, huh?
Absolutely not.
Well, they're doing an awesome job here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have actually only had 1 yellow.
Now we got 2 more cars that have taken it behind the wall.
And we have actually dropped temperature. It was 115 and now it's 109 for our track temperature.
That looks like that's a 1 car and possibly a spotter. Gaskill is done for the evening.
Going ahead and setting up because ATVO is already acting funny. I doubt I'll be able to get anything going on after the race. So Thomas Harmon doing an awesome job here tonight. As you mentioned, started 22nd. Is currently leading this race. Eric Wolf unable to gain any on the back end of Lucky. Lucky maintaining a 0.2 of a second off the back end of Thomas Harmon. Two laps to go. Harmon's going to secure his points lead here. Now, he didn't race last week. He did not, did he? Did he? He was not out on our road.
Not. And just looking at the standings, if I've got time, Butcher Benjamin and Lemon passed Harmon for 1st and 2nd.
Okay. See, I know my points aren't updated because I didn't get it. I didn't even see that we had a points update, but I know that I didn't update them tonight, so too busy trying to get iRacing updates and everything. Final lap, Harmon actually pulling away from Lucky. He's tired of saving fuel or gas or anything else. He's got it to pedal to the metal.
And this will be Harmon's first win of the season.
Well, that's going to definitely lock him into the playoffs. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Your winner, Thomas Harmon, followed by Richard Lucky, Eric Wolf, Jarrett Rogers, and J.W. Miller are going to round out our top 5. Way to go, Mr. Harmon. We were going to get an interview with Kevin Dick for our pole sitter, but was unable to do so. And was going to grab it during the caution, but he was so far back, I plumb forgot all about it. Sorry, JP. He sent me a message asking me to interview him under our first yellow, but our first yellow didn't come till like 50 laps into the race. Harmon doing an awesome job. Won the race. Going to tear his car up here at the end. Don't blame him. It's paid for by now. Let's see if we can't start finding us some drivers to pull in. We'll start with Eric Wolf. If I can find him. There he is, Dysfunctional Patriots.
Harmon pulls it into victory lane.
I don't blame him. I'd pull it there too.
That was one of the few tracks you can actually do that at.
Well, Mr. Wolf, you got a copy, my man?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you started this race 23rd. You're going to come home 3rd. Anything you could have done differently to win this thing?
Yeah, start up front.
Hey.
My pit stall and not smack the wall into one, and not get the left front banged in a little bit, and I think I'd have been all right.
Well, I mean,
so only a few things then.
Yeah, I mean, pit road don't matter. I mean, as long as you tear the car up on pit road, you're fine, right? It doesn't really hurt you.
Didn't help me, I can tell you that.
I know that's right. I'm just messing with you, my man. You still did an awesome job here tonight. You say that you didn't have that much experience here. Is that right? Or you just didn't get enough practice last week? Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say that. I had plenty of practice. I felt good about this race. I just couldn't pull it off there from 14th.
Well, you did an awesome job. Like I said, you started 23rd, so you had a little problem getting your qualifying lap in. Can you walk us through that real quick?
Yeah, I came off turn 4 there, and I had to lift, so I was just going to try to reset and come back out, but I didn't have enough time, so I just missed my second lap also. Just a really poorly executed race weekend. Well, Monday night from the very start.
Well, it can't be that poorly executed. I mean, you still started 23rd. You're going to come home with a 3rd place finish. Going to pull you up into the points, and it's going to get you that much closer to completing your 80%. And you are locked in as long as you complete those 80%. So it's not an all bad weekend for you, my man.
All things considered, I mean, I felt like I got about as much as I could have with the circumstances I put myself in. But congrats to Harmon on winning that thing. He did a good job conserving from the very start and drove it to the front, and he didn't mess up the whole race. So good job to him winning that thing. And then Richard Lucky, cool to see him back here racing again, not only on the road course but on the oval. Good job to him taking second there.
Yeah, he did an awesome job here tonight as well. Well, shout outs, my man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Yeah, other than those guys, just my DPR teammates. You guys who put on the broadcast, and JP for putting this lead together for all of us to come race on these Monday nights here. Makes it fun. That's it.
All right, Mr. Wolf. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week at Iowa.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Peace. Move him back down to Dysfunctional Patriots. And we are going to pull in Mr. Lucky, our 2nd place finisher. As soon as I can, there we go. Mr. Lucky, my man, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, David.
Well, it was you that said you didn't have no practice here at this track. Is that correct? Last week? Was just going to try to wing it?
I ended up running some laps earlier today, and then I ran a league race with another league last week, so I was pretty prepared for it.
Well, that's good. It shows you started this race 20th, and you come on 2nd. You think you had anything for Mr. Harmon there at the end?
I thought I did until about 5 to go, and then he started inching away from me by, a little bit less than a tenth of a lap, and then I knew it was over, just trying to bring it home to the end. I burnt my right front off just trying to stay with him.
So you think he was sandbagging, just playing with you there at the end?
I think I had him worried a couple times with between 5 and 10 to go. I think he was still driving, but I don't know. You'll have to ask him that.
All right. Well, we'll make sure we do that. Well, anyway, an awesome job here tonight. Mr. Fasanal, what you got for this man? I know you got something for him.
Just, after you told us you wouldn't have anything here, it's an impressive run. And, seeing you, up front, good deal of the second half of the race. Very impressed. Nice job.
Yeah, tried to follow Thomas Harmon and Eric Wolf up through there. I know those guys are really fast, so I just tried to do what they were doing.
Well, you did, in fact, do what they were doing as you come home in second place here tonight. Congratulations on that second place finish. Shout-outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
I just want to thank you guys for doing the TV broadcast, and JP and everybody at DRL for doing this, and my brother who's always helping me out. So thanks, guys.
We appreciate you. See you back next week at Iowa. What do you think about that?
If I can make some time.
All righty, my man. Well, good luck tonight. Where you want me to put you?
Look for him to finish top 3 in Iowa then.
Yeah, or the win. Where you want me to put you at, my man?
I'll take care of it, David.
All right, man. All right. Well, that being said, let's see. Well, I want to play with him just a little bit. Hang on. Let me do this. Well, I think that's going to conclude our broadcast this evening. We did have Thomas Harmon win the race, his first win of the season, but, with somebody of his caliber, I don't think he wants to interview. Do you want to interview Mr. Harmon?
Oh, if you're going to twist my arm like that, I guess I'm going to have to.
Well,
He finally put Avril Lavigne in the winner's circle, so we got to ask him about that.
Yeah, it took me long enough, didn't it?
I still see you in a purple car. Do you got Aberline on that car?
Yeah, it's got the...
Right up where the contingencies should be.
Oh, okay. Well, walk us through your race, man. You like starting in the back. You've proven it. You've finally proven that you can start in the back and actually win a race. So congratulations on your first win here this season. Got you locked in. Probably not going to take over the points lead again as you missed last week, but you're not going to be far out of it. You're definitely locked into the championship now. So walk us through your thinking behind all this.
During practice, found out the car was insanely tight, so I knew I considered actually qualifying for this one, but I figured I'd start in the back, right in the back for a few laps, and hope that I didn't get collected in anything. And I don't know what lap it was, but I came up on that gaggle of cars. I told both my chat and Dimitri, I was like, I'm not comfortable with this. We either need to pass this or I need to drop back for a little bit more. But he convinced me to move on up, and from there we just slowly picked our way through them. I don't know what happened to Wolf. I think he got some damage somewhere along the lines there, and I knew as long as I could catch everybody, I'd at least have a say in the finish. But didn't know if I'd have enough to win it, but I knew I'd at least be there.
Yeah, Wolf got in a fight with Pit Road, Pit Wall, and lost, but he still ended up coming home with a nice third place finish there. So y'all did an awesome job out here tonight. I just can't get over how you can start in the back and still maintain a top 5 finish week in and week out. So congratulations on that. What do you got for him, Falsinal?
I'm going to second what you were just saying, and just it amazes me, and I just wonder how you're able to march through the field like you do without burning up your stuff at all. I mean, you are heads and tails above everybody else. You're just zigging and zagging up through the field, and push comes to shove, you still have enough to run up front. It's amazing. I hats off, man.
Honest answer, it's just being patient. You might have to give a little bit at the beginning of a run, but what you give at the beginning, as long as you get a green flag run, it's going to make up for it on the back end of that run. And just being patient, picking your spots, realizing when guys are going to get towards the, get into the wall or getting loose or whatever, and just being, like I said, the biggest thing is patience. That's like you just can't attack.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with what you experienced last year with Hesgard. Hesgard pretty much did the same thing. Of course, he didn't start in the back all the time. He most of the time started on the pole. But I mean, following around in the S2R group there, you can't help but pick up things there. So that's pretty much helped you out. Am I correct?
I practiced with them a couple times, and they would help with lines and everything. And Hesgard's fast for sure. Aggressive as all get out, but fast.
Correct. Well, shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Now let's start this week with Arable, since I finally got her in victory lane. Took me long enough. I didn't expect half the season to go by before I got her there, but you guys up in the booth are broadcasting it to the fans week in and week out. All the DRL admins and competitors were sticking with it and getting the participation back up there. And Dimitri being up in the spotter stand, and all the fans out there that come out and watch.
Well, Mr. Harmon, what do you think about Iowa next week?
I love Iowa.
Oh, well, we might see you in the winter lane.
Yeah, I'm going to qualify for that one. I hope to run away with it.
I hear you. Well, again, congratulations on your win here tonight. It's definitely locking you into your playoff run here. We look forward to seeing you back here at Iowa, maybe in the winner's circle, my man.
Oh, I'll definitely be here for Iowa.
Alrighty, well, congratulations, and we will catch you back here next week.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Yep.
See you, Thomas.
All right, let's see. Nope, it has locked up, so I'm not going to be able to pull up anything here tonight. Fasanal, can you give us a rundown of our finishing there, please? Finishing order?
I cannot. I cannot. I've closed it as well. Wasn't even thinking about that. I'm sorry, folks.
Well, unofficially, Thomas Harmon actually wins the race. Richard Lucky comes home second, right? I don't know. I can't remember.
Lucky
Second.
was
Second. And then Eric Wolf was third. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a timing screen or anything, so I can't do it either. So sorry about that. Can't get you the unofficial results. We're going to have to figure out what's going on with ATVO. It worked fine last week for our for our road race, but tonight it's just more of the same. So I apologize for that. But as always, we want to thank JP for everything he does here, marketing, financing, putting the league together, adminning it, broadcasting. He does a great job all the way around. I want to thank Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for our technical graphics issues and everything that we have here, especially Martin Wenzel with all the work that he does putting our graphics together, our packages, so that I have them week in and week out. I want to thank the administrators in this league, myself, JP. Oh, Lord, I can't even remember who else is an administrator. Anyway, we want to thank everybody. Most of all, we want to thank the fans that show up week in and week out, and the drivers who show up here week in and week out to put on these races. Without them, we're just sitting here talking to ourselves in the booth. So with that being said, Mr. Fasanal, you got anything else to add before I close out this broadcast?
I do not. Not tonight. Thanks, though.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, we still want to thank everyone for their thoughts and prayers for my wife. She is currently in the hospital, but we want to thank you for your thoughts and prayers and concerns. With that being said, good night, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless, and stay safe.